Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arjun Kokanda, and last week I got a chance to check out the latest Shah Rukh Khan movie, Pathaan. And I wanted to review this movie because I heard a lot of people talking about it, a lot of people saying it's great. And there's some of the reviewers that I follow on YouTube said that they're gonna check it out because it actually made a lot of money at the box office last weekend. So I'm gonna share my thoughts on it before they do and kind of give my review of it just because I heard so many people talking about it. Before I do though, if you've seen the movie, let me know down in the comments. What did you guys think of it? What were your expectations going into the movie? I'd love to know your thoughts. With that said, I'm gonna get started talking about it. And this is an interesting one for me because I was not very excited for this movie. I just went because my parents were going. And I like Shah Rukh Khan. I think he's a good actor. I think some of his movies are very good. But this one, I did not know much about, and I was not sure of what I'm gonna get while watching it. And after watching it, I have to say I'm not a big fan of it. I heard a lot of praise, but I just don't understand where all that's coming from. It's fine. I don't hate the movie. It's not a bad movie or anything. It's just it's very mediocre. I think as a whole, I like what it's trying to go for. I think there's a few scenes that are great. I think there's some moments that work extremely well. I think the ending of the movie is very good. But as a whole, I just don't think it worked really well. And especially like the first half, I was just very bored throughout most of the first half. And I didn't know what was going on. And I kind of just wanted to leave the theater, honestly, just because it didn't make any impact on me. There's some movies that are just so bad that they're somewhat entertaining, like Morbius. That's a movie you can watch with a bunch of people and make fun of. This is not one of those. This is one of those that just takes itself extremely seriously. It tries to do a lot of big things, but it just always fails. The first thing I thought about while watching this movie is that it's trying to be a Mission Impossible movie, but it ends up kind of being a Fast and Furious movie. But the thing with Fast and Furious movies are that they don't really take themselves too seriously. But this movie takes itself way too seriously, and that's the thing, that's the problem with it. It's not trying to be fun, it's not trying to be that, it's just trying to take itself really seriously. And it also has a bunch of goofy, weird action sequences. So because of that, I can't watch this movie and take it seriously like it wants me to, and I can't even buy into the action sequences for the most part. So I did not end up enjoying this movie as much as I wanted. Now, to be fair, most people that watched it, especially from India, really liked it. My parents really enjoyed it. It was just me. I just thought it was very mediocre. I think the visuals are really bad. The visual effects in this movie are just, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't understand why they went and did such big action sequences when they don't have the budget to deliver on that. Now, usually CGI isn't a big deal for me, but the amount, it was like, they used a lot of CGI in this movie, and most of it was not very good. And you might bring up a comparison with movies like RRR and stuff. RRR, most of the CGI in that movie is pretty great, other than the animals and maybe a couple of scenes in the final battle. That the CGI on that movie works really well. Here, it just doesn't. They use so much CGI, they did not have the budget to deliver on it. So because of that, I think most of the visuals really fall flat, and the action sequences never really deliver. And there's a trope in a lot of movies, not just Hindi movies and Indian movies, that a lot of movies do. That's like when people are fighting on top of moving vehicles. That always really annoys me because it disobeys every law of physics. It's not possible. It shouldn't be possible. And I get that it's a movie, but I don't like that. I don't like it when two people are fighting on top of moving vehicles, and that happens multiple times in this movie, and it just really annoyed me. I kind of wish like when I was watching those scenes, I just kind of wish they did not do that. Why couldn't they just done something differently? So I think the action sequences disobey a lot of the laws of physics, and it really annoyed me. And there's especially one, I think it was in the first half of the movie. There's something happened where the visual effects were bad, and also the way everything played out just did not make any sense. So even though some of the choreography was cool, especially there's one scene inside of a train where I think the action was insane. I wish the rest of the action in the movie was like that, but most of the action in the movie just fell flat because it never really like tried to take itself seriously, and it like disobeyed so many laws of physics, and the CGI was just not good. Now, I know it looks like I'm dogging on the movie a lot, so I'm going to talk about some things that I did enjoy. I think Shah Rukh Khan was pretty good in the lead role. He was really enjoyable. I think he was good in the action scenes. Like I said, especially there's one inside of a train, and it's a very good action sequence. It's all one take. It's like just very well shot, very well choreographed. Thought the action scene was great. And I'm pretty sure Shah Rukh Khan was the one that actually acted in it. He didn't have a stunt double. I think he might have. but it looked like he didn't, and I thought that sequence was great. I think just his charisma that he brings to the character was very good. I think Deepika Padukone was very good. I really like the cast just overall. Even the villain, I think the actor that plays him did a great job. The only problem with the villain for me in this movie is that he had an interesting motivation. It's just as the movie went on, he started to just become more of a generic bad guy. And there's so many double crosses and twists in this movie that at some point I just kind of got tired of it. Like, you can't have multiple twists with the same exact characters. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to get too specific, but there's one character that just keeps switching sides throughout the movie, and when it happened, I was just very frustrated because it kept going on. It happened like 3 or 4 times, and because of that, at some point I had to get tired of it, and I wish they stopped doing that. And with the villain, like I said, he started off with a very good motivation. It's just as the movie went on, they started to introduce different elements like smallpox and just random things, and by the end of the movie, for some reason, it just didn't make any sense in my opinion. So yeah, I think Pathaan was a movie that aimed really high, had high ambitions, but because of the budget, like the visuals and stuff, and even the way some of the characters were written, I just don't think the movie came together really well. Although there's some really great sequences, and I do think the final fight sequence in the movie is very good. And like I said, there's a sequence on a train which I thought was great, and I do like some of the cast members. It's just overall, I don't think the movie comes together very well. So it ended up falling flat for me, even though I know that a lot of people enjoyed it a lot. Now, I know I've been giving movies like letter ratings, but I feel like I should kind of change that. I'm going to try to do something different. I'm going to try to give movie percentages. I've been doing that for like the last month, and it seems to be working better for me. So I'm going to start doing that, and it also kind of helps with the way I rate things on Letterboxd. So for Pathaan, I'm going to go with the 45%. It's fine. It's not horrible. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just very mediocre. I really wanted it to be better. There's some things I liked quite a bit, but overall, it just didn't really work for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed my perspective and my review, be sure to like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.